Mike Tyson's knockouts in the late 1980s and 1990s were undoubtedly some of the most devastating in boxing history. Iron Mike's notoriety in the heavyweight class was founded on his ability to lull audiences to sleep with his spectacular displays. The first 19 wins in Tyson's professional career ended in knockout victories. In the ring, fans like a boxer who can land powerful blows, and Tyson was the master of this art. These are the Mike Tyson's most brutal knockouts against monsters. Before we start, don't forget to punch the subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Like and share the video with your friends, and don't forget to watch till number 1 because it will be a big surprise to most of you. Despite his short stature, Tyson quickly built a name for himself in the heavyweight class. Iron Mike's ability to knock out opponents was legendary, and he held the record as the youngest boxer to win the heavyweight championship. However, as time went, we saw the fighter's descent into controversy. Tyson was no longer the same guy he once was after a series of high-profile mistakes, financial difficulties, and a dramatic increase in weight. However, in the year 2020, everything is possible, and the Great One himself has dusted off the cobwebs and entered the gym in preparation for a return that many thought was impossible. Remembering Mike Tyson's incredible power is important before this weekend's fight against Roy Jones Jr. 11. Tony Tubbs. For Tyson, this bout was only the next logical stop on his road to a world championship. Tyson, with a record of 33-0 with 29 KOs, faced up against Tubbs, who had a record of 24-1 with 15 KOs. Although the fight started off rough, Tubbs did well to score a few punches on Tyson while also defending himself by keeping his gloves up most of the round. Tubbs began feeling the effects of the stomach punches in the second round. Mike landed a left hook on Tyson after Tubbs threw a series of desperation combinations at him. The competitor took a few shaky steps before collapsing to the floor. Number 10. Carl Williams. Mike Tyson knew Carl Williams because of their mutual acquaintance. They sparred when they were younger, and Williams proved he could beat Tyson with a combination of jabs and right crosses. Both Carl Williams and Mike Tyson were different from their previous incarnations. Mike countered Williams' left uppercut with a left hook to the jaw, knocking him out with a sneaky left hook as Williams turned his head to the left. The challenger was knocked out by Williams' hook, and the bout was halted when the referee took one glance at him. Number 9. Francois Botha. Mike proved once and for all why he's the baddest guy alive by winning this battle. To my mind, this is the best illustration of why Tyson's bouts were more than just shows. Pre-fight introduction began with Mike wearing a Be Genuine cap and t-shirt, appearing to the tune of DMX's It's Dark and Hell is Hot. This was Mike's first fight back after chewing off Evander Holyfield's ear. The expression on his face told me all I needed to know. Though it took him longer than he would have liked, 5 rounds, he eventually knocked out Botha. Just a matter of time, really. Number 8. Frank Bruno. The battle between Bruno and Tyson, like many modern bouts, was delayed repeatedly, adding to the suspense leading up to the actual bout. The battle was scheduled for October, but it didn't happen until February of the following year. In the opening round, Bruno caught Tyson off guard and almost knocked down Mike. Tyson quickly reversed the momentum, pinning Bruno to the ropes and unleashed a barrage of right uppercuts. Once the referee stepped in, the battle was immediately over. Number 7. Trevor Berbick. Tyson never gave any indication that he was going to take a backseat throughout this battle. He was just 20 years old, yet he held the heavyweight championships of both the World Boxing Association and the World Boxing Council. Berbick challenged Tyson for the WBC belt but ultimately failed. Mike knocked Berbick out twice with combinations and finished him with a right hook in the second round to win the bout. Number 6. Henry Tillman. After suffering his first professional defeat, Tyson was determined to retaliate in the only manner he knew how: cruel and lightning fast. Tillman, a gold medalist in his own right, was one of Tyson's fiercest rivals since he had twice defeated Mike in their amateur days. Mike was just too excellent for Tillman, who was completely dominated by him from the opening bell on. Tillman lived longer than others, but he was doomed from the start. Mike's fists were laden with resentment as he sought retribution. Tyson knocked out his opponent with a right hand at 2 minutes 47 of the 3rd minute. Number 5. Larry Holmes. After meeting his instructor in Cus D'Amato, Tyson spent most of his time on the road watching Muhammad Ali fight. Tyson remembered Ali's bout with Holmes at Caesar's Palace the most clearly. There is a myth circulating that Mike couldn't bear to see his hero Ali being pummeling by Holmes, in his worsening condition. Mike calls Ali in the aftermath of the fight and pledged to get revenge. "When I grow up, I'll fight Holmes and I'll get him back for you." After some time has passed in Mike's amateur and professional careers, an event with the tagline "Heavyweight History" is being planned. Holmes, at 38 years old, was coaxed out of retirement by Don King's $3 million promise to fight unbeaten Mike Tyson. Ali watched from the stands as Iron Mike did his thing. Tyson knocked out the former heavyweight champion in 4 rounds, demonstrating his superior speed, strength, and skill. Holmes was knocked out for the first time in his professional career after being knocked down twice by Tyson before the bout was stopped. Mike delivered as expected. Iron Mike earned his first knockout in the first round when he was just 19 years old. The battle against Johnson was not as exciting as his bouts with Spinks, but Tyson scored his fastest knockout to date. It was an easy victory in a bout that lasted less than a minute. 4 of Johnson's previous 6 defeats were via knockout. Tyson lands a left hook on Johnson, knocking him out. Mike returns seconds later with a powerful right that puts a quick stop to the bout. Number 3, Don Halpin. One may argue that Tyson's first knockout was also his most controversial. Halpin had a losing record of 10-18 coming into the bout, but the veteran utilized his experience to get through the first rounds. However, Tyson took a more methodical approach to the battle. It was implied by the commentators that Tyson's corner had told him, "Listen, you don't have to win every fight within 1 round," which was a piece of criticism. The fight entered the 4th round, then Tyson unleashed a barrage of blows onto Halpin, knocking him out. Tyson knocks Halpin out with a last blow as he's falling, which causes the first dispute of his career. Number 2, Marvin Frazier. Of Mike's knockout victims, Frazier went down the fastest. Both boxers had a high percentage of knockout victories and enjoyed the pain their opponents felt. Marvin Frazier, the son of Smokin' Joe Frazier, had just 1 defeat to his name at the time. Therefore, it was natural for supporters to predict a great victory for their favourite fighter. Tyson knocked out Frazier in 30 seconds flat with a series of hard blows, demonstrating once again that he is not overrated. And number 1, Michael Spinks. People might debate whether or not this is the greatest knockout of Tyson's career, but it is without a doubt the most significant. Iron Mike gambled 3 championship belts on an undefeated opponent in Michael Spinks, a future Hall of Famer. After the first introductions, the battle took a decisive right turn in favor of Spinks when Donald Trump and Muhammad Ali left the ring. Spinks' torture continued till the referee stopped the fight after 90 seconds because of a massive body hit that knocked Spinks down for the first time in his career. And that's how we conclude our list. Out of all these clips, which one was your favourite? Let me know in the comments below and I'll handpick and feature your comment in the following video, so don't forget to comment. Please make sure you hit the like button to show your support if you enjoyed the video. It was a pleasure to talk to you guys. Please like and share the video with your friends. Until next time.